Fe victims tomorrow. 8 students, 2 teachers, of course, dying in the shooting nearly 2 weeks ago at Santa Fe High School. That is prompting Governor Greg Abbott now to make recommendations on improving school safety.
Yeah, he gathered ideas from survivors, teachers, and law enforcement last week in those roundtable discussions. And now our Stephanie Whitfield is here to break down how this plan could impact our schools and, of course, our kids. Stephanie.
Yeah, guys, first of all, these are all recommendations, not mandates. So the governor says all school districts will have to opt into these changes. Take a look at what he's saying will make schools harder targets. First, he wants to increase law enforcement presence at every school. And active shooter training will be free for all schools for the rest of the calendar year. And he suggests reducing entrances and exits at each campus and having a specific active shooter alarm system that's different than a fire alarm. But the change the governor really wants to push is having more armed school marshals.
Trained security personnel can make all the difference. My plan increases the number of school marshals by training more school marshals this summer at no cost to schools.
He says the federal government will pick up the cost for more marshal training. And guys, so far, our local school districts are still considering these suggestions, and state lawmakers will have to make some decisions soon, too, when it comes to gun laws. I'll break down the legislation changes the governor proposed today coming up at 5.
But again, these are just recommendations at this point.
Right. So every school district this summer is going to have to think about the proposals and see what they want to implement.
Yeah, the alarm, that's an interesting idea instead of a fire alarm for everything. All right, thank you very much, Stephanie.